Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. Sorry. So yeah guys, we are testing out the R-73, but right now in a proper situation against another player. Okay guys, so we are going to be firing the R-73 and I'm going to give you my conclusions about the missile. This video will be short, so just bear with me, okay? So I have some footage of some tests that we did. We basically did a test testing the IRCCM from a little bit further away and then very close to the target. So as you see, the F-14 is cutting his engines and firing flares. Sometimes he's firing flares only very close to the target and sometimes very far away. And as you see, for example, here, when it's a side aspect, it is a very easy missile to decoy. So some pointers that I need to talk about this missile. First things first, the performance of the missile is amazing. It's definitely the best missile in the game. As you see, the target doesn't have much of a chance if it's an F-14 in the IRCCM and in the turning capabilities, obviously, right? The missile is amazing. It turns like no other missile in the game. Yes, it has the same 40 Gs as the Python, but the thing is that the thrust vectoring of this missile makes it so that it can actually maintain the 40 Gs longer, you know, so being able to turn better. So it does turn better than the Python 3. And the second thing is the range. The range in theory should be basically on par with the Python 3 and better with the AIM-9L. Of course, these three missiles, which are the best missiles in the game, of course, we can consider the MatAWG as well. These four missiles, they have each to their own engine, right? So, for example, I think the R-73 is a mix between the Python and the AIM-9L. It burns faster than the AIM-9L, it feels like that, and it burns slower than the Python 3. So it's kinda, it just has the time to actually get back to the target if he goes for a flare, something that the Python kinda doesn't do. The IRCCM of it is better. It has, for now, I think the same coding as the AIM-9L, but it has a smaller FOV. The smaller the FOV, the closer you need to get to the target, or the smaller the FOV, the further away you can be, so that the target actually is the only thing that the missile is seeing. You know, another thing is very important to consider: the amount of heat that an aircraft produces. So yes, not by far, but it is the best missile in the game. It has a similar turning capability as the Python 3, a similar energy as other missiles like the Python 3 and AIM-9L, but it does turn better than the Python 3 slightly, of course turned way better than the AIM-9L, and it has the best IRCCM. Probably not better than the R-27T, but it's a different type of missile, so I'm not going to consider that. For short-range missiles, it is the best, but it is not perfect. Yet, it's not perfect. As you see with an F-16, even with the MiG-29, it was kinda easy to avoid it. But if you get close enough, you can basically make sure that the IRCCM and the FOV of the missile will only see the aircraft that you are firing, which means that this happens. The target won't stand a chance against the missile. So yes, as I said, it is the best missile in the game, but it has some things that you have to consider. It is not perfect, so you need to use it as a normal missile still, okay? As you see, look at that turn, you know? It's something that the missile is trying to go back, but there's so many flares, it's kind of losing a little bit and stuff, and eventually it gets close enough for the hit, and the target will eventually be destroyed. So the thing is that you need to only be careful with the way that you use it, but when you want, it will be there. It will be there to actually make sure that you are being provided with a very good missile and a very good weapon. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't think it's too big of a change from the missiles that we already have in game in other countries. So I will leave my prediction here. This missile, if it stays like this, it will probably be added very soon for other aircraft. I don't know which aircraft will receive it, but For sure, at least the Su-25Ts, right? And maybe even the MiG-29s. I'm not saying that it should get it, and I'm not saying that it should get it even alone. We might have it together with an A9M, for example, and other missiles. But we are on the edge of getting these missiles in top tier, because they're not that, like, they're very good missiles and amazing missiles, and way better than what we have had before. But the thing is that the changes, I mean, you still can beat the missile. It's just that very close, as you see, the missile is basically unbeatable. Just like an M9L is sometimes, you know. So adding an M9M, adding other missiles, or fixing the MatAWG 2 and missiles like that will make this missile feasible to be added to the main fighters. And I don't think this is too far. Anyway, this was more tests. As you see, you need to be closer to the target to actually use the proper IRCCM, but it is the best missile in the game. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and bye.